Hey, patch day! What is up, guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going over 7.29D. Yeah, it's really exciting. I don't know, what did the DPC technically end? Yeah, so I think the DPC technically ended. Even my team, we don't have to play tiebreakers anymore, because 2 teams were disqualified. Can you believe it? For match fixing. Crazy stuff, guys. But E-Boys, once again, has not been relegated. Can you believe it? I don't know if I'll be playing it next season, but you guys are not here for that. You're here for 7.29D. Let's get into it. If you're excited for this patch, just like I am, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's hop into it. And of course, go get your gameleap sub. If you're struggling with women, the gameleap sub is the best way to attract the opposite gender, assuming you're a man. Now, if you're a woman, you're watching this video, first of all, hey, you can hit up my business email. It's in the description down below. And yeah, now let's get into the video. So, for the item changes, actually, no wait, there was a general change. Fixed units never resuming proper pathfinding if they were ever unable to find a path forward, e.g. trapped in the trees next to the Radiant top tier 3 tower. Okay, so I guess there was just some areas on the map where you could get stuck. Yeah, honestly, I didn't know. A lot of these general changes are just like complaints they'll get from random people, and then I guess if they get like too many complaints about something, they'll fix it. That's literally what Valve probably does, so yeah, okay. I'm assuming that's what that means. Then we have item changes. We have damage block reduced. Yeah, so Vanguard makes sense. I mean, what is it, like 1900 gold, 1850? Probably 1825? God. Yeah, I still think this is good though, right? Like, I'm reading the numbers here, 7035 to 6432. Yeah, I still think it's good, right? Like, 64 damage block is still a really high number, 60% of the time. I mean, I think it's still totally justifiable to buy this item, and I think it's reasonable. Reason why I say that is, you know, even though it's still a really strong item, it's only a really strong item on the heroes that buy it. And these heroes haven't been in the meta for too long yet, so I think it's very reasonable that, you know, the item isn't destroyed. Next up, Sange, definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite item of the patch. Lifesteal and health regen amp reduced from 24% to 20. Okay, that's, it was 25 at one point, right? So that's definitely rough. It's rough, not terrible. Lifesteal and health regen amp on Sange and Yash are reduced by 3%, and on Kaya and Sange. And Heaven's Halberd, oh, really? Okay. I thought they would leave Halberd alone, but they didn't. Lifesteal and regen amp from 24 to 20. So, yeah, I don't think this invalidates the items. If that's all they changed to these items, they're still good. Like, I'm just going to keep it. I don't know what else to say. They're still good. And then Solar Crest, losing 5 attack speed still. It's just 50. I mean, like, the problem is, really how I see this item right now is Glimmer Cape got, like, pretty crushed with the cast range nerf, whenever that was. Like, the item just became so much worse. It's so inconvenient to use, it feels. Like, literally, it's like, you have to be melee range to cast that item. Force Staff, it's such a weird build-up, it's expensive, and it doesn't, like, I don't know, it just doesn't crush. I don't know, even the cast range, right? Didn't the cast range on Force Staff also get nerfed pretty hard? So there was that. And then what are the other cheap items? Ghost Scepter? Yeah, Ghost Scepter's okay. You'll see a good amount of supports buying Ghost if it's a good Ghost game. But yeah, supports just need an item to buy, and Solar Crest is just fantastic. 6 armor, 5 attributes, 20 movement speed, mana regen, like, it's just dope stats. It's freaking dope build-up. Like, this item might have the best build-up in Dota. Like, it's pretty dumb how good build-up, how good of build-up this item actually is. Medallion, crown, windlace, like, come on. So, no, I do not see this item being out of the meta. I still think you should buy it on 5s a large majority of games, especially when you have hyper carries. Ancient Apparition, yeah, so this hero is at the top of the meta. Definitely seems like it's getting nerfed. A huge nerf to maxed out. Oh no, even level 1 Ice Vortex. I thought it was just max. It's even to level 1, 3% less, then 4, then 5, then 6. 6% less at max is pretty rough. Pretty freaking rough. I will say that I think people will underestimate how big of a deal 6% actually is. I'm just a huge fan of, like, these percentages. You know, for instance, like Veil. I think Veil is like a relatively broken item. I really do believe that this item is under-purchased. Like, I literally think, like, casual Veils, even as, like, a 3rd or 4th item, is totally fine. I know that sounds insane, but I literally do not see why not. I do not see why not. It is 18% amp. Getting back to the point, Veil is 18% amp, and maxed out Ice Vortex is 24. Still, I think you combine these together, really strong. I do not think this kicks A out of the meta, and Ice Blast reduced from 250, 350, 450, no, I don't think that kicks him out either. There's just too many heal items. Even Sange, you know, like, you could argue, like, oh, it's the Sange meta, but it got nerfed. Like, I still think that's really good. I still think Sange is super good. I still think think Satanic is super good. That item didn't get touched. A lot of healing just in general. So yeah, I still think that it is really strong as a hero. I don't think A is going anywhere. Axe, cooldown increased, which by the way, I think is a good thing. Axe, cooldown increased from 16, 14, 12, 10 to 1 up every level. Shard proc chance reduced from 10 to 5. Okay, honestly, I do think that the Manta build is crazy strong. I don't think the hero was broken. I do think that the hero was very good, but it wasn't getting as much love from pros as I thought it would, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these nerfs. I think Axe is obviously still fine. Yeah, he's still fine. I would say you can still go all the same items. Like, I wouldn't change anything. Scepter AoE reduced from 950 to 900. That's not that bad. Cooldown increased. Okay, that's pretty annoying. Still not terrible. Only 0.25 seconds. I mean, it is a big deal considering it's something you have to stack, right? So if you cast this 8 times on someone, that's 2 seconds longer to get the 8th stack, which obviously that can matter. But yeah, and then losing some movement speed. Oh, changed 20 movement speed to 15 damage. Nah, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take 15 damage. The reason why I wouldn't take 15 damage is you already do a ton of damage. I mean, I guess it's okay if you don't need the mana, but it's a lot of mana regen, so I'd probably just take the mana regen still. It just allows you to spam your spells, especially if you're going the Ags route, then I definitely think you want mana regen because of how much mana you actually use, considering you can just use goo just to build up stacks to run around the map. So if you're going Ags, I would stick the mana regen. If you're not, maybe consider it damage, but I think generally mana regen is the way to go. Brood, broody boy, Brood has been definitely, oh my god, this hero is, it's so, if you last pick it, it's pretty ridiculous how good it is. Aghanim Shard no longer reduces web charge time. Oh, yeah, it's so weird that that was even a thing. I don't know why that was even a thing. Yeah, but Aghanim Shard reduces the web charge time. It didn't even say it. I'm pretty sure it didn't say it. Yeah, it definitely didn't say it in the shard description, which was really bizarre, because it was like hard to know that this was even a thing, but okay. I'm glad that they changed that, and then yeah, this is nice. Okay, big. So, lifesteal reduced on Insatiable Hunger from 70, 80, 90, 100 to 40, 60, 80, 100, which I think is super reasonable. I actually think that this justifies taking maybe a second point in Hunger before taking Bola at level 4. The only problem is then, yeah, the problem with that, if you take a second point, is then, you know, you don't max webs as soon as possible, which you kind of want. So that's a bit rough. I think this is a good change because I still think Brood is good. Even after this, I still think Brood is good, but the biggest advantage to Brood, in my opinion, was like the early laning stage. The fact that it was just so reliable was pretty dumb. Like, literally Hunger would just full heal you. Now it definitely doesn't. It's going to be quite a bit of a nerf. 30% is a huge number. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe what people will figure out, just pay attention to what people do. I'm not a Brood spammer, so I'm not going to be like one to say like, this is the build. I don't know, but I think people will find some way to maybe try to take 2 points in it a little bit earlier. Level 15 talent changed from 15% CDR to what? Oh god. Okay, that is a huge nerf because the CDR was massive. Right, CDR worked on items, it worked on your everything. Brood would just buy a ton of actives and has a ton of actives, so that is a huge nerf. Okay, ugh, pretty rough. And then spider damage down as well. This is a lot of nerfs. I don't know. I still think Brood is going to be legit. I do believe that if it's a good Brood game, you should still pick it. But I think that's like the point. They're trying to push. People were picking. I literally saw a team pick Brood into Timber the other day, and that's when you know Brood's probably in like maybe not the best spot. When like, I mean, to be fair, Brood can kind of ignore Timber. It's like kind of easy to juke away from him as a hero. But the spiders, like, it would kill him. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it was just. I find it insulting to some extent when people pick Brood into like heroes like Timber and Tiny. Like that's when I'm like, okay, maybe Brood needs to be fine-tuned a little bit because I don't think that's the point of the hero. Obviously it can be, but it hasn't been. All right, Centaur. Base attack speed reduced by 10. Oh, okay, that's a lot. That's a huge number. Cooldown increased from 90 to 100 and he lost some armor at 15. Yeah, these are pretty big nerfs. These are, especially the attack speed, that is a lot. A lot of attack speed. So, and Vanguard nerf, right? And Sanj nerf if you went Halberd, so yeah, pretty rough for Centaur. I wouldn't say it, like, once again, I don't think this ruins the hero, but these are a lot of nerfs. It's getting to the point where I think people don't even like playing Centaur. Like, I have this theory where if people don't like playing a hero, they literally will say, okay, it got nerfed and stop playing it. Like, they'll kind of just, like, insta-justify it. Or if it's a hero like Ember or Storm, people will still kind of pick it because, like, it's fun, right? Or Centaur, I don't know. If you find Centaur fun, like, I guess more power to you. I don't know. You're weird. But, okay, let's get into the next hero. Dark Willow. Cursed Crown. Aghanim Shard reduced. Okay. And the talents. Yeah, I don't know. Probably still just good. Faceless Void, a little bit of base strength, losing 40 HP. Cold Snap, is this nerfs? It looks like nerfs. It's kind of weird. Oh, the trigger cooldown was increased, so that's a buff. So they buffed no, that's a nerf. I can't even read this. Someone want to tell me what this means in the trigger cooldown increased, which is a nerf, right? Because he wanted to trigger more often, if I'm not mistaken. So Cold Snap was nerfed, and then Alacrity was nerfed. I didn't even think Invoker was that good right now. I thought like he'd gotten nerfed last patch like brutally hard with the whole Wex thing not giving as much attack speed. This is kind of weird. Medusa, Mystic Snake, Scepter base stone duration reduced by 0.2. That's not that bad. Level 15 talent change from 35% Mystic Mana Steel to Mystic Snake cooldown, and then okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a huge nerf. So yeah, I like that though. So they gave you the cooldown at 15. I honestly think you can consider taking attack speed at 15 and then Stone Gaze at 20. I know that sounds kind of insane, but I actually believe it's kind of legit. Now that they nerfed this a little bit, it's still probably okay to take like Mystic Snake, but like they nerfed this Mystic Snake cooldown, which heavily nerfs like the Ags, right? And they nerfed the Ags, so maybe people will just like shift back away from the Ags, even though the Ags is good. Maybe people will go like more back towards like Manta into Scotty or Manta into like Butterfly, into Scotty, or even Midas. Like maybe people will consider Midas. Is that dumb? I think it's okay actually. Maybe people go Midas, like Manta Midas, something like that, and just like full rice. And I think it's like super legit. Manta Midas attack speed. Maybe I'll try it. I'll probably try that. Snapfire, stun duration. Ooh, 0.3 seconds at level 1. Pretty rough. And then armor reduction per stack. Oof. Okay, so what is it? 6 attacks, right? Yeah, 6 attacks, so that is 1.5 armor. I mean, that's a lot. For sure, level 1, 1.5 armor. That adds up pretty hard. So, once again, a lot of big nerfs. Big nerf to her laning stage. Do I think Snap is still okay? Yeah, I still think you can max a little Shredder and you're fine. I still think people will pick this hero, but definitely big nerfs here. I like it, though. You know, don't kill the hero, but make it just a worse laner. Buying back while Timber Chain is being casted no longer teleports you back to where you died. Did they do that with Toss? They did. Okay. All right. Tiny lost some movement speed, 5 movement speed. Dude, remember the days when Tiny was like 320? That's pretty funny. Warcock, base strength reduced from 26 to 24. So he lost 40 HP. Shadow Word was, the duration was reduced by 2 seconds, but the heal was increased. Okay, so it's, God, does Valve want me to do the numbers or something? I'm not doing the numbers. It looks like a nerf. I'll keep it real with you guys. It looks like a nerf. I don't freaking know. Warlock's still fine. He looks like about the same hero with like some nerfs, I guess. To be fair, oh no, he's just straight up worse. Yeah, he's just worse. Okay, so I don't know. I don't even feel like Warlock was still getting picked that much. I just wouldn't pick Warlock as much now. Still fine. Like Fatal Bonds is still a really nice spell. Rock is still strong, but... And then Wraith King! Mana cost increased from 65, 70, 75, 80 to 70, 80, 90, 100. Kind of weird. Definitely kind of weird. And then the hero... Was this hero even good? I think it was... I mean, it was definitely okay. People were going like the right-click build. Definitely saw some Radiance still. Alright, people were still picking it for sure. And its pub win rate was still really high. So I get why they're nerfing it. It always has a high pub win rate because it just has 2 lives and farms without you needing, like, to be good at farming. Sort of. That's not really true, but it's sort of true. And then, yeah, they nerfed the crit as well, which is big. Like, this is a huge nerf. I mean, you max it anyway, but still at level 1, like laning, using this to last hit and harass, it's a big nerf for the level 1. So, okay. Yeah, big nerf. Mana cost. I mean, that could hurt you. The hero definitely has mana problems, for sure. Like, I see people kill themselves because they stun and run out of mana, so... Yeah, big nerfs, but overall, I like the patch. I think they nerfed what they had to nerf. It seems like a very sensible patch. Bristle, Brood, Medusa, probably my top 3 broken heroes of the patch, all getting nerfed, so very reasonable to me. Do I think any hero that is on this list is completely unplayable? Absolutely not. I think you can totally still play Bristle, Axe, Medusa, Brood. Brood is probably the heaviest nerf, if I have to be honest. Like, looking at all of them, I think Brood is the hardest nerf out of all of them. Let me know what you guys think is the hardest nerf. And was there any buffs? Did anyone get buffed, or is it just nerfs? I don't even remember any buffs. Oh, there was no buffs. Not a single buff. Okay, nerf patch. I kind of prefer when patches have, like, a buff in them. Like, I don't know why Valve wouldn't just, like, throw in some cool, like, Dazzle's Poison Touch has doubled in damage, or something like that. I feel like that'd be cool. But alright, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'll be doing heroes that you should consider playing in this patch. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There was no buffs, though, so kind of weird to do that. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the gameleap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.